All right. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing awesome. So today we will be talking about jump roping, right? Unfortunately, due to me being quarantined and trapped in the house, I was not able to have a jump rope with me today. So I have chosen to use a piece of string or rope almost like for my jump rope. If some of you are at home, you can tie paper bags or plastic bags together. That'll also work for a jump rope. Or if you have a piece of rope like this laying around, you can use that as well for a jump rope. Before we get into talking about the jumping aspect of it, if you want to start by laying your rope, jump rope, plastic bag rope, or whatever you have at home to use on the ground, right? We're gonna lay it down, and we're gonna lay it down in a straight line, as straight as possible that we can get. And we're just going to start by practicing by just jumping back and forth, right? So we're gonna get that down, and then once we're done with that, we're gonna switch to 2-hop bounce, right? So the 2-hop bounce, we'll be doing 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So notice I'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So this is just getting the rhythm down in general for whenever we move into our jump rope sequence, right? So now, after we are done doing that, okay, as you can see on my rope, it's a little bit longer, and I have tied knots to where I'm holding it, so that way I know where my grip is, right? And also, as you can see, to keep my grip, I kind of wrap it around my hand here. So I wrap it around once, okay? And then a big thing we want to focus in on jump roping, right? Once we have our grip, the rope will lay behind us, right? We're gonna have our feet in a little bit of an athletic stance here, right? Right underneath our shoulders, standing straight like a pencil, okay? And we're gonna have our rope, plastic bag rope, jump rope, whatever we've chosen to use for this, excuse me. And what we really wanna focus on, right, is big arm circles come over our head, right? So we're bringing it over and then to the bottom of our feet, right? So we're gonna practice that a few times before we get to actually jumping. So we're gonna big arm circle and stop right at our feet, right? One more time, big arm circle, stop right at our feet, all right? So now, moving on from that, okay, we're gonna practice our next step while we're jump roping, okay? So our big arm circle, get to our feet, step over, okay? Big arm circle, step over. Big arm circle, step over. Okay, now that's just getting us prepared to understand that once our jump rope comes over and it starts to come towards our toes, we're gonna be wanting to go over it, okay? So it's just getting us a little rhythm going, getting us used to that in general for our jump roping. Okay, so now we're gonna move into actually jump roping, okay? So we're gonna practice that big arm circle, remember? Our big arm circle, bringing the rope over our head, and then our final step would be, once it gets to our toes, jumping over the rope. So it looks something like this. Jump, 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 jump. All right, so notice how I go big arm circle, then I'm jumping, right? And I'm back to where I began, okay? So I'm big arm circle and jumping, all right? So now what we'll be doing is, if it is, maybe you're having an easier time jumping forward like that, we can try and make it a little more difficult for you, all right? So now we're gonna be doing the same thing. Rope will be starting in front of us this time, right? And we're coming backwards. So we're still doing that big arm circle, right? Bringing the rope behind us, but this time, when it gets to our heels, we're gonna jump over, right? So I'm gonna try my best to do this. It might not look as good right off the bat, but we'll see. And then we're gonna jump, and we're jumping, right? So notice how I'm having my big arm circles all the way over till it gets to my heels and I'm jumping over it. All right, so that was an awesome job. And you know, a main reason for jump roping, why we would do this, is it's a very easy way to keep physically active, right? It's a fun game. You know, you can make different games out of jump roping, and you'll be using this, something you'll be using later in your life. But most importantly, it's a very easy way to stay active, right? Notice me, I'm at home, I'm quarantined, you know, I'm trying to stay in shape, I'm trying to stay fit, and all I find is a piece of string like this, and in my living room, and I can just simply jump rope. Jump rope 30, 60 minutes, shorter if I want, and that's gonna keep me physically fit, that's gonna keep me physically active. You know, it's just something very easy that you can do and continue to do throughout the rest of your life. So I hope everyone enjoyed jump roping, and I hope this will keep you physically active and physically fit.